My name is Clara Bennett. I am 29 years old and I live in Portland, Oregon. I have always considered myself a cautious person, especially when it comes to my privacy and personal information. I work in a small marketing firm, and my life has a pretty steady rhythm: work, friends, the occasional yoga class, and weekend hikes through the beautiful forests around here. What really defined me was my careful nature. I never just took things at face value, especially when it came to any phone calls or messages from strangers. So imagine my shock when one afternoon I received a call from an unknown number. The voice on the other end was surprisingly gentle, poised, educated, and spoke fluent English. She said she was calling from some regulatory authority, something like the Telecom Authority, and began explaining that my phone number had been linked to some illegal activity and could be blocked unless I complied with their procedures immediately. Her tone was calm but commanding. I wasn't about to dismiss what she was saying outright because it sounded serious and professional. For the first time in my life, I was cornered into believing a scam. She insisted I join a video call through WhatsApp to verify my identity and clear my name, warning me that refusal would result in my number being permanently blocked. Without thinking clearly, caught in a state of confusion and fear, I joined the video call. On the screen was a man wearing what looked like a police uniform. He scolded me harshly, reiterating that illegal acts had been committed with my number and that my cooperation was mandatory to avoid blocking. Then came the demand that terrified me. They wanted all my financial information to prove my innocence. I felt pressured, so I sent them my bank statements, which scarcely held a couple of dollars. Then the call was abruptly disconnected. I was left shaken and embarrassed. How did I, who prided myself on being discerning, fall for such a blatant trick? But the story did not end there. I realized that these scammers were nothing but cowards who preyed on people's fears. I had recorded the call. The entire conversation was saved on my phone. I decided to turn the tables. I posted the recording publicly on my YouTube channel, exposing their lies and their desperate attempts to bully innocent people like me. I pinned the post to the top of my profile so anyone who encountered similar calls could listen, learn, and laugh at how these con artists tried so hard, failing miserably in the end. My revenge was not dramatic or destructive, but it was deeply satisfying. I took control of the narrative from being the victim to becoming the watchdog. It reminded me and everyone else that knowledge is power, and no matter how intimidating something may seem, there is always a way to fight back smartly. I rebuilt my confidence after this ordeal, proving to myself that even careful people can be tricked, but being vocal and vigilant is the real key to winning against deception. From that day on, every unknown call made me smile a little, because I knew I was no longer helpless.